And I felt it wrong to label Reform as far right. In fact, I labelled Reform as speaking the right-wing sense that many people wanted. Would that be a fair assumption? Would that be why you think they did well?
Yeah, I mean, I think actually the schism in British politics isn't between the left and the right, if you don't mind me saying so. I think that's a misnomer, and it's a hark back to actually when there was a left wing and a right wing. What we've now got are two parties, the Labour Party and the Conservative Party, who to a lesser or greater extent believe they've got a sort of monopoly on what is correct in the way that we should be governed. Most of what they espouse, they take their lead from global institutions. So the Paris Accord is where net zero was conjured up. The European Court of Human Rights is where our inability to control our borders was conjured up. And most of the Conservative Party and the Labour Party are pro-Euro, pro-Europe, pro the European Union. They want this kind of globalistic form of government. They want to take their lead on the global stage, not what it is that suits the United Kingdom. And where Reform UK is so different is that its central building block for all its policies is that British national interests need to come first. It's got to be an independent, proud, sovereign, prosperous United Kingdom, and all our policies have to be made with that central aim in mind. We do not follow the global yardstick. We will do what's right for this country. So ditching net zero is a no-brainer, because why would you turn your back on North Sea oil and gas when it's there?
Well, Ed Miliband has already, hasn't he?
I mean, well, he's a lunatic. He's taking his lead from the Paris Accord, which is a one-size, I don't know if you want to talk about net zero, but the Paris Accord, my real problem with the Paris Accord, I don't even want to get into the debate about climate change, is that it's a one-size-fits-all policy to deal with decarbonisation.
Absolutely.
So let's just assume for a second decarbonisation is a good thing. It's much easier for the US, India, China to decarbonise than it is for the UK, because we're actually already good guys on that scale. And so for us to decarbonise from where we are, Jeremy, is economically so much more painful than it is for the US and other countries. And so we've had this ideological tilt towards net zero, a half net zero by 2035, complete net zero by 2050, killing our economy in the process. And no one's stepping back other than Reform UK and saying, oi, what the hell is going on here? Stop this. Stop this madness, you know, and that pervades all of our policies. And so it's not a difference between left and right. It's a difference between globalists and nationists. And Reform UK are nationists. And therefore, Reform UK was bound to connect with the majority of people in this country.